Welcome. Good evening. Welcome to the Town Board meeting of February 14th, 2023. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Mayor.
Present. Here.
Councilmember Wade. Councilmember Jennifer Bill.
I'm here.
All right.
You could speak into the microphone.
Oh, yes. Let's turn it on. No, we help if we turn it on.
Supervisor Elizabeth Philman.
Present.
Public hearings. Public hearing in the matter of local law to implement the real property tax exemption for volunteer emergency service members.
Is there anybody here to speak on that? Oh, did you have anybody?
Let me see. If you'd like to speak on it, you can click your virtual hand. If you're here in public, you can just stand up and go to the mic. There's nobody online.
Okay, so
If I
we-
could just, oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. We are exploring the real property tax exemption for our volunteer emergency service members. We are just starting to explore. We have not finished looking into what the impact is to the town. We do know that the village is intending to adopt it soon, but we are looking for feedback. That's why we have our public hearing open. So,
Yeah, the town doesn't actually have its own, the unincorporated town doesn't have its own fire department. We do contract with both the villages of Ossining and Briarcliff Manor. Obviously, we also have OVAC that provides volunteer emergency services. This was something that was brought to the town's attention by the village of Ossining, and they are still looking at putting together a law. And since we're doing a conjunction, we noticed and opened the public hearing on the local law in order to be able to facilitate that process, in order to hopefully be able, if we're in a position to have the law in place for taxable status date, which is May 1st of this year. So my recommendation to the board would be at this point, because there is no law right now, so to continue the public hearing to your next legislative session, which is February 28th.
Do I have a motion to continue the public hearing until the February 28th legislative meeting?
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Department head.
Departmental report, Lane Mueller, Senior Nutrition Program.
Well, thank you. Hi, everybody.
Aye, Lynn.
My name is Lynn Muller. I'm the director for the Senior Center, Nutrition Center in Ossining. And we had a real nice Valentine's party this morning. The schools put it on every year. We have not had it since COVID. So today was the first time back, and it was great. It was attended nicely. Everybody had a good time. And
That the one where the kids come and
And
sing
the
for the
kids from,
seniors?
yeah, there's groups
And
from
they get
all the
breakfast?
schools, like the music department takes care of that. And all the little kids come all the way up to the high school. It's really nice. They enjoy it a lot, the seniors, so. We had that today. Have our bus working finally, and so that's running nice. We're getting along good with that. We have all kinds of programs. As you all know, we have lunch every day for the seniors, hot meal at 12 o'clock. Any seniors welcome to come from the town of Ossining, village of Ossining, Briarcliff. We have some other programs, dancing and bingo and chair yoga and another class. It was Tai Chi, but they're doing something different right now, but it's good. We're doing good. Getting ready for the kitchen next. New kitchen's coming, and Anybody need any information or know anybody that would like to come, give us a call. It's on the website also, the senior department. We have a very large Spanish speaking community now. Half our staff is Spanish speaking, so
We're able to accommodate.
yeah, it's good. And that's growing like crazy. The word's getting out more. So a lot of people are coming that don't speak, like people are here, but have their parents come and they don't speak English and they feel like they can't familiarize themselves. So they bring them in, and it's a good way to get them around other people and socialize a little bit so they don't feel so lonely. So it's a nice program, doing good. Things coming up, we have Health and Fitness Day that the county puts on. I believe it's in March sometime. We just got a notice of it, so that'll be coming up. And probably we'll have the swim. The county puts on a swim day free for all seniors down at Saxon Woods, and we'll be doing that, I'm sure. And that's about it. Update for
Okay,
now.
and then you still take the senior shopping every Wednesday?
Still go shopping
Home
every
with their
Wednesday.
groceries?
Yeah, they take them up to ShopRite in Croton and then drive them home with their groceries, help them in with their groceries. I mean, they can't go and get cases and cases of water and have them carry it, but we let them, one, not too many heavy bags, but they don't get a lot anyway. They can go do their bottle returns if they have any. Yeah, we're starting to, now that we have another full-time driver, it's not grown as big as it used to be, but slowly we're getting back into driving people to doctor's appointments that they can't take a taxi to. We used to take people out of town as far as like Mount Kisco or Hawthorne, not too far, but we're starting to ease back into that. And that's it.
Great.
Any questions about it?
Questions?
How many seniors are we up to, Lynn, about?
Average goes from 30, I would say 40 is the average daily. It goes anywhere from 30 to 50, depending.
All right, good.
That's just that come in. And then we have about 40 that we deliver to home.
Good.
So,
Alright.
yeah,
So
Keep
we
up
have
with
a
the work.
Meals on Wheels program for people who need it, that we will bring
Yes.
them.
yes. If
Those
they
every day.
qualify for the meals delivered, they have to, sign forms and get a note from their doctor and that sort of thing. But yeah. And then otherwise, if we feel maybe they just are shy and don't want to come in, those are the ones we convince to come in because they're really the ones that need the most socialization. And once they come, mostly everyone, almost all of them will just start coming every day. So they're just afraid to take that first step of coming in. But once they do, they're good. Our staff wins them over and they come in. So it's nice.
Perfect. Okay. And we're excited to get started on your kitchen.
Yes, I know. Thank you so much for all. I know you guys are swamped. It's new, but thank you for all your help, really pushing through I know you're doing a great job with what you can. Appreciate it. And Sue with the taxi companies too. Thank you. We do have tickets for seniors too that we sell half price. Well, it's just about half price. Tickets, they can take the cabs that sign up to be in contract with Ossining, and they can go anywhere within Ossining town and Village of Briarcliff, and Village of Ossining, of course. So that's very useful. That's a great program. They appreciate that a lot too. So I appreciate
You want to
it.
add anything to the taxi program?
We just want to remind everyone that the taxi coupons are good for the town of Ossining. We emphasize that to the taxi drivers, which is the Village of Ossining, the unincorporated area, and 91% of Briarcliff Manor. It is for a single trip, not to stop and go shopping. And we appreciate everyone following all the rules on both sides.
Yes.
On both sides. To go to Phelps or to ShopRite, if they want to go and take a cab, it's a coupon and a half.
Right. Each way.
Each way. And the driver does not wait for you because they have other jobs. If you have any complaints or comments or want to give somebody a rah, please contact us at the clerk's office at 914-762-8428. We'd love to hear your input. We do get calls from the seniors and from the taxi drivers. So
Okay.
it goes both ways. And but every year we just get a little bit better.
Yes.
All
definitely.
taxi companies are supposed to be on the program. We have one or two that have not signed up yet because we need to have a contract with them. And but we're looking forward to a lot. And it is a great program. And presently it is half price, exactly half price,
Yeah.
because a taxi ride is $6 and they pay $3 for a coupon. And I want to remind the taxi companies, 'cause I know you're all out there listening to this meeting, that it is not your job to worry about how much a senior pays for that coupon. It is you'll get your $6, which is the official ride
Right.
amount.
So the town supplements.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome. Nice to see everybody in person, first
Yes,
time.
finally.
All right.
Supervisor and town board announcements.
Okay, well, we have a message from Senator Harkin's office today. He says that he recently spoke with the New York State Department of Transportation Commissioner about the bad state of roads in our area, especially the 9A corridor. And it was good news to hear that DOT crews were out last week making the badly needed repairs to 9A, but much more work needs to be done, and that this is one of his priorities. He also wanted everybody to know that he will be co-hosting a virtual gathering on Thursday, February 16th with New York State Assembly member Chris Burdick that will give participants home energy information from Sustainable Westchester. You can register today on Senator Harkin's webpage and join them. Today, Martha, Eileen, and I had the pleasure of attending the ribbon cutting for the reopening of the Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins on Croton Avenue. They are all redone. We wish them the best of luck in their newly renovated location. Only 4 more days until Galata House Escape from Sing Sing Plunge. There is still time to register and support. To register or donate or sponsor in Ossining, please go to galatahouse.org. You can join the Habitat Stewards of Ryder Park for the National Invasive Species Awareness Week with a vine cutting, detangling, and more. February 25th, 9 to 11 a.m. at Ryder Park. Bring your cutters and sturdy shoes and good clothes. Or not good clothes, but proper clothes for cutting vines. Westchester County is seeking applicants for seasonal park rangers. These positions are great for young adults who are considering a career in law enforcement. The deadline is fast approaching. It will be due on February 17th. Neighbors Link will be offering technology classes free of charge on Thursdays from 10 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, contact Christina Garcia at 914-940-4850 or cgarcia@neighborslink.org. To celebrate Black History Month, Westchester Collaborative Theater, in partnership with Shades Rep, will present Haven, a play written and directed by award-winning playwright director Samuel Harps, happening this February 16th and 17th. Now through March 3rd, Bethany Arts Community, there is the Black History Month exhibit curated by Ossining Village historian Joyce Sherrock Cole. The exhibit is free to the public, but you can get curated tours for a fee. From Thursday, February 2nd to Friday, April 14th, AARP Tax Aid will be at the Ossining Public Library with trained volunteers to help you fill out your 2022 taxes. To make an appointment, please call 914-810-3384 and leave a message. You can get your tickets before they sell out for the Harlem Magic Masters versus O-Town Dribblers. I think that's teachers. After 4 years, they're happy to announce the Ossining EPTA is bringing back this event. Come see Dr. Sanchez, Mr. Murray, and many others compete against the Harlem Magic Masters. And a reminder that the town offices will be closed in observance of President's Day, Monday, February 20th. Thank you. Do anybody else have any announcements they'd like to
I do.
do? All right.
Well, I know you were at Dunkin' Donuts earlier today.
I was.
There was a ribbon cutting and I got to meet the owner. It was not a new Dunkin' Donuts. He's actually been the owner for 20 years
Mhm.
and they just did a rehabilitation. And so, I just appreciated that he took the time to take a business and kind of up level it. Secondly, I just want to say that my heart goes out to all parents whose children attend Michigan State University. However, I know at least one Ossining resident whose child attends there. And I just want to say that my heart goes out to anyone who has children in college there. And my thoughts are with them.
Yes, our Ossining resident is safe.
Yes, she is safe.
Traumatized maybe, but safe. Okay. All right, liaison reports.
I'll just give one for the rec advisory board. The JCYS baseball and softball families are starting their registration for this coming year. They're looking for coaches. And if anybody is interested, please contact the JCYS president. And we'll probably post that on our website if we possibly have a chance. But if you go to the rec website, we should be able to post that, right?
Mhm,
Put that on.
absolutely.
That's a good
We'll
heads up.
put it into the update. Okay,
Public comments on agenda items.
Three items. You're allowed 1 3-minute comment and it will be timed by Martha. Thank you.
Are you ready? You ready? Hi. I'm Donna Shara at 84 Morningside Drive. I had called about to submit comments during the public hearing portion for the Terra Rustica Cabaret license application. But reading the resolution, it doesn't seem that my concerns were addressed, so I wanted to address them now. Since my husband and I have lived on our property, all the trees were cut down on what was a thickly wooded property behind us on North State Road. And the strip mall next to that illegally removed all their mature trees, which eliminated any potential screening for sound from Terra Rustica. Terra Rustica is across North State Road from these two properties and is now visible and audible to us. We use our property year round. We tend our property year round. During warm weather, we dine on our outside porch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now with remote work, the outdoor space is also office space. We shouldn't have to hear music from Terra Rustica at any time of the day or night. When Terra Rustica has patrons seated on their deck, the doors to the inside will remain open because they would have to serve their patrons. Requiring Terra Rustica to close their doors at 8 p.m. is unachievable, nor does it address the noise produced prior to 8 p.m. Terra Rustica has an open application in front of the planning board, which now includes a proposal to enclose the deck. And closing the deck would allow Terra Rustica the ability to close the windows and prevent sound from disturbing neighboring residents. It should be noted that they currently only have a temporary CO for the deck. Terra Rustica should be allowed a cabaret license when they're able to contain the music to the inside of their establishment and when they have a permanent CO. Both these conditions should be met. Please table this application until these conditions are met, and then require that the noise be contained to the inside of the building at all times. Noise is a quality of life issue. Please allow us to continue and enjoy the use of our property for tabling and by tabling the application until Terra Rustica can have the license without negatively impacting us and our neighbors. Thank you. Oh. You sending me a Valentine's?
And would everybody that comes up to speak, please give your name and address.
And if you would wish to speak virtually from Zoom, just please raise your virtual hand and we'll put you into the queue to speak as well. Thank you.
Do you have any virtual visitors?
Yeah, we have 2 people, but as of yet, they have not clicked their hands yet.
Let's do this one.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vera Albrecht. Oh, you got the clock on? Okay. My name is Vera Albrecht, and I am here with my husband, Rudy Albrecht. We live at 552 North State Road, Briarcliff. We live adjacent to the restaurant. I was not aware of the meeting on January 24th. Otherwise, my husband and I would have been there. It is my understanding that notices are not issued to the neighbors on this matter, but only mentioned in the local paper and on the town website. I think it is only fair that there should have been a notice given to the people in the surrounding areas so that they could voice their opinion on this matter. This is a big impact on our homes surrounding Terra Rustica. I would ask that you would really consider voting this down. Come spring and summer, the doors and the plastic outside on the patio will be removed and people will be sitting outside and will be eating. They leave the door opens exactly as she had said, because they have to bring the food in and out. So the doors will not be closed. Even though you're saying the doors would be closed by 8 o'clock, the doors will not be closed. We know how they are, they won't be closed. The music will be heard outside no matter what. It'll be loud, especially if they have live music. I work from home, so I have meetings during the day. This will definitely affect my job. I also work outside on the patio. You know, if the summer is there, I like to work outside on my table, and I would be affected by this. We'll be hearing music 7 days a week, lunchtime, dinner time, evening. We won't even be able to enjoy our home with peace and quiet. New York state law has a 500-foot law that says they can't have a cabaret license if there is an existing premises within 500 feet. My house is 50 feet from Terra Rustica. There are at least two other families that are also within 50 feet. And we also have neighbors that are within the 500-foot law. The 500-foot law requires that the authority consult with the municipality and conduct a hearing to gather all the facts and do testing on the music to determine whether the public interest would be served by issuing them the license. The people in the surrounding areas should be notified so that they could attend the 500-foot hearing to make their opinions heard regarding the license applications. And we were not given that at all. And as far as I know, I don't think that there was a 500-foot, thing that you guys did to go test everything, to test the music and so forth. So I can't stress enough how this will impact us. And I'm sure the families around the restaurant. Please reconsider not giving them a license. This is going to affect us very badly.
What is your?
552 North State Road.
Thank you so much. We do have somebody that is virtually online that wishes to speak. So I'm going to Miss Joanne Zoelli. I'm going to be able to put you on right now. Just give me 1 second.
Go back and forth. It doesn't.
Their name and address.
Please state your name and your address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Joanne Zioli. I'm at 4 Ryder Avenue, and I am also neighbor of Terra Rustica. And I do apologize for not being there tonight. When I read the agenda, I didn't think you were going to allow the public to speak at this meeting because I thought it was already a done deal. But I would like my voice to be heard, and I would like you to know that I am also against
speak up a
issuing
little?
a cabaret license because
Can you talk a little closer to your microphone, please? We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I would just like to ask you, do they have a cabaret license right now from 2022?
I did not see one. I looked.
Can you hear me?
So this application was coming in from 2022. It just happened to come up with the 2023 because it just passed on for the following year. There was no traction to following it through.
Okay, so I just want to
The application was made in 2022. That's
so
correct.
so they currently have a cabaret license?
We really can't hear you.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to increase my sound. Let me
I think you need to come closer to your microphone.
it's on the computer itself. Can you hear me now? I'll
Yes.
speak loud because it's an internal microphone. I just want to let you guys know that their music is very loud, even in the winter with my windows closed. And supposedly their doors closed. I hear their music all the time. Like when I'm trying to even sit in my living room and watch TV, I hear their music playing. So I don't know if for some reason, it seems like they pipe their music outdoors. And I don't understand why they do that, but it doesn't impact our lifestyle. You know, we keep our windows shut all the time, of course, in the winter, but even in the summer, not to hear their music playing. And, you know, they're a good restaurant. They're successful. They're busy all the time. I don't understand why they need to have such loud music, you know, and speakers outside. I don't understand that. So I would just like my voice to be heard. And I do apologize for not being there. As I said, I don't know if you heard me say earlier, but if I read the agenda and I didn't really think you were going to let the public speak today, because it's to me, it looked like it was a done deal. But if it's not a done deal, I would like to be to go on the record as being opposed to issuing them a cabaret license. You know, they're not good neighbors at Terra Rustica. You know, we complain all the time about the garbage. They yes you to death. Yeah. And they don't do anything about it. So that's just basically what I wanted to say, that I am against it. And the music that they play now is loud. And I think Terra Rustica, you give them an inch and they take a yard. They're supposed to have 40 people outside on their new deck. There's double that amount.
Okay.
So I am against issuing them the cabaret license.
Could you
You know,
just?
I don't understand how you have a successful
Okay,
business.
Could
You would
give
think
us
you would
your
be
address?
neighbors, and they're
Hey,
not.
3 minutes is up. Can you please
Okay.
name and address?
Joanne Zioli, 4 Ryder Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your comments.
Okay.
All right. Are there any more comments on agenda items?
Sure.
Your name, please, and say your name and address.
Yeah, it's Patrick Vipperman. Yeah, Vipperman. The address is 86 Morningside Drive. I would like to echo some of the comments of the previous speakers. Yeah, we can already hear their music. Their new patio does not yet have windows or doors, just plastic. So if they're increasing, playing amplified music, it's just going to make it quite a bit worse. Doesn't make a lot of sense to consider the cabaret license before their current work is complete. That's pretty much the totality of my opinion on it. I mean, we can hear it. If you're outside on a quiet day, a Saturday, a Sunday, you can already hear it. That's it. That's what I got.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Okay. All right, just give your name and address.
My
for
name
the-
is Rudy Albrecht. I live at 552 North State. If Terra Rustica does not comply, what recourse do we have? They never, ever respond to our calls for complaint to the police department. Never have in the last year, over 50 calls. Nobody seemed to know. And us having a letter from your predecessor stating that there was no music allowed to be played. It was played unbelievably, ungodly hours. It's horrible living next to them. Our outside deck where we sit is 40 feet from where they are. The music is piped outside via outside speakers. It just makes life for us horrible. They do not in any shape or form try to be a good neighbor. I tried talking to them. It goes nowhere. I do what I want and I will get away with it. And he tells us that. He's a very arrogant man. All we ask is you just being fair about this and look at it in an intelligent way. It's horrible. Thank you. Do I have any recourse? If they don't comply with your, can I pick up the phone and call the police and not have them say, there's nothing we can do? It's ridiculous. And that's all we ever get from the police. Dana Levenberg hadn't spoken to me for 7 months because I called her on certain things. She gave us a piece of paper stating there was no music to be played. 7 months she refused to talk with me.
All right. Are there any more public comments on agenda items? Any more online?
I don't see any.
One more.
One more? Oh, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Vicky Trainum, 55 Gordon Avenue, which is right around the corner. Are we supposed to be notified? Because none of us were notified. So we weren't here January 24th because we didn't know anything about it. And the neighborhood, more people would be here, but we just found out about it today. So if we want more people, we can get more people here.
Building permits, you're notified, for building department issues, you're notified in advance. Cabaret licenses, I do not believe.
There are different legal requirements under the code depending upon the type of application it is. If it's a zoning board or planning board or some other land use board type approval, then there is a requirement that there is notice within a certain radius of the property. That is not the case for a cabaret license as the way the code is currently drafted. And just to address another comment that was made with respect to that earlier, I think it needs to be clear that the town code's requirements for a cabaret license as compared to the state's requirements for a cabaret license are very different and deal with very different things. The way the state defines a cabaret, I believe, is establishments that contain over 600 people. That is not the case for a town cabaret license, which is basically just an establishment that plays amplified music and serves food and beverages. So, I want to be careful that we're not conflating concepts, but the town board did comply with what's required under the code for the noticing and holding of the public hearing. The public learned about the resolution in the same matter they would have learned about the public hearing, in that it was posted on the agenda, it was circulated to the public.
Well, that's not how we heard. We heard by word of mouth, not by looking on the website. I mean, who looks on the website, quite honestly? So,
I mean, if you're interested in town events.
So that the other found the other ones.
yeah, it's
Okay, I'm following the rules. Okay, any more comments on?
Yes, isn't this just?
All right, this is not a back and forth, sir. This is if you have a comment on the public,
And he did
on the item,
very
and you've
important
already
question,
spoken,
meaningless to some, but very
you can
important
submit
question.
that. Thank you.
Okay, on to the resolutions. Approval of minutes, regular meeting, January 24th, 2023. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austining hereby approves the January 24th, 2023 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'll do a couple. Approval of the voucher detail.
Sorry, so 1 second. It's just Councilmember Weiss wasn't here for that meeting yet, so he has to
So he
abstain for that
abstained.
vote. Yes.
Okay. Abstain. Approval of the voucher detail report. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated February 14th, 2023 in the amount of $664,657.35. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alternate delegate to the Association of Towns. All right, I have to turn the page. I'll do this one and then take it over. Resolved that the town board hereby designates Holly Perlowitz, tax receiver, as the alternate delegate of the Association of Towns annual meeting for 2023. Do I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can you do the next one?
Work session, February 21, 2023 was canceled, be resolved due to the annual Association of Town meeting is scheduled for February 19 to the 22 of 2023, which is attended for many of town officials and employees, including members of the town board, and which provides value in seeing guidance and education to assist in the town operation. The town board hereby cancel its work session scheduled for Tuesday, February 21, 2023. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Extension of consulting agreement with Fernando resolves that the town board of the town of Austin extend its consulting agreement with Fernando Gonzalez. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Supervisor's Office Confidential Secretary resolves that the town board of the town of Austin appoints Elaine Takuri Austining to the full-time position of confidential secretary at the town of Supervisor's Office of 35 hours per week, $23 per hour, effective February 27 of 2023. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
2023 cabaret license, Terra Rustica. Whereas the Terra Rustica at 550 North State Road, the applicant has filed an application for the cabaret license for the calendar year 2023 pursuant with Chapter 68 of the Town Code. And whereas the Town Board has reviewed the 2023 application and attachments thereof and has solicited input from involved departments, including the police department and the building department. And whereas the town held is duly noticed public hearing at its regular meeting on Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. At the time, no members of the public appeared to speak on the application. The public hearing was closed on January 24th, 2023. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby approves the application for Terra Rustica for a cabaret license for calendar year 2023, subject to the following limitations and conditions. Amplified music shall only be permitted indoors until 10 p.m. After 8 p.m., all doors shall be closed to limit the amount of amplified noise heard outside. The applicant must comply with any and all requirements of the town code, including and not limited to Chapter 68. The applicant is required to review the method of operation it filed with the state liquor authority in connection with its liquor license. To extend the method of operation is inconsistent with the actual operation as presented to the town board. The applicant shall promptly take all necessary steps to remedy that inconsistency. This requirement will be enforced when the applicant seeks the cabaret license for the 2024 year. Be it further resolved that the conditions of the cabaret license are only for the 2023 year, and the town board reserves the right to modify, add, or eliminate any and all conditions when considering the applicant's application for the cabaret license for 2024 in accordance with Chapter 68 of the Town Code. And be further resolved that the clerk is hereby directed to send a certified copy of this resolution to the applicant. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
second.
Okay. Any board discussion?
The only comment that I think is worthwhile that I was not aware of that was mentioned tonight was the notion of that speakers are outside of the actual building. And that was something that I was not aware of. Besides that, if they are compliant with everything that we've set forth for them, then
I believe that the speakers were outside when the tent was outside during COVID. I was under the impression that they had.
I'd be curious to know if they removed the speakers.
And under the cabaret.
You don't get, no.
Under the cabaret code, amplified music is not allowed outside. So that's one of the express conditions of the resolution is that they have to comply with all of the requirements of the code, which includes the amplified music can only be indoors.
I just, as I said, because somebody from the public mentioned it tonight and I didn't know that there were speakers, as long as they were removed, I think that should make a big difference.
So I have a question. If they're using amplified speakers now without the cabaret license and not being prevented from continuing that behavior, what can we do if they get the license and they continue with the outdoor amplified music?
Once they have a cabaret license in hand, then they're operating within the confines of what the town board has approved. You know, it's a matter of enforcement and information that the town has a lot of balls in the air, so to speak. But now, this information has been brought to the attention by the public. They have this formal resolution that will be, if the board is so inclined, will be adopted. What we could also do is send the applicant the link to this meeting so that they can view the meeting and hear what was said by the public, separate and apart from this resolution itself, so that they understand what the ramifications are. And the reality is, as this board, well, maybe not Councilman Weiss, because but this is an annual permit, right? So this is something that the board will have to revisit, and they did make their application before the end of 2022. It was just as a matter of processing. What we also do as a matter of practice is have the building department and the police department weigh in. And I'll just say that the building department did not express any concerns with respect to the occupancy or the use of the property. It is in a zone that would permit this type of use.
I have a question also. In light of the comments from the public, thank you for coming out. There is a mechanism in place saying that we have the right to reserve and modify and eliminate anything that this was happening. So what I would say is we went through the right process to go through this, right? We have recommendations from the building department and police department. So I am going to vote in favor of this tonight, but there is mechanism in place that can be addressed if they do not follow the rules. So we can continue the discussion. And I was just wondering, what are those, what would be the procedure if we needed to reserve or modify any of this?
If it comes to the town board's attention that the applicant is operating in violation of the cabaret license specifically, or the cabaret code, I think we would have to bring them in and probably hold another public hearing. They would be entitled to their due process as well. And then the town board could consider whether there need to be any additional amendments or additions made to the resolution, or a revocation in its entirety.
Would there be another opportunity for the public to have their?
Yes, and we can also revisit the comments that we heard tonight about the methods of notification.
I feel comfortable going forward, so I'm going to vote yes.
Okay, everybody's commenting?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Abstain.
Opposed?
Abstain.
He
Abstain.
abstained.
So 2023 mileage allowance, resolved that whenever, wherever it shall be appropriate to compensate town officials and or town employees for mileage, they shall be reimbursed at the rate of 65.5 cents per mile to be paid upon claim voucher after audit and approval in accordance with the IRS standards. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved intermunicipal agreement with Westchester County for bus shelters. Whereas this Westchester County has entered into a license agreement with a private franchisee to operate and maintain the bus shelters in various locations within the county, as well as providing advertising on bus shelters. And whereas the town board is desirous of having county provided bus passenger shelter within the unincorporated area, of the town, for the comfort and benefit of the citizens. And now therefore be resolved, the supervisors hereby authorized to execute a license agreement with Westchester County for a county to provide bus passenger shelters in accordance with the license agreement. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, before you waste your voice on
I was
this one.
gonna ask you.
Okay.
Turn to you.
Yeah, I think the board is, I'm going to recommend that the board consider tabling resolution J 63 River Parkway. We had some new information come to our attention from the highway superintendent. And so before we move forward with recommending a conveyance of this property, which is a tax foreclosure property that's undersized and really unbuildable. We just want to make sure we have all our ducks in a row in terms of what the town may need in the future.
Do I have a motion to table Resolution 63 River Parkway?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Austin for engineering services. Whereas the town of Austin does not have an engineering department, and whereas it is a longstanding practice for the town to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Austin for engineering services, and whereas the town board believes this is a productive and efficient relationship given the overlap between the town and village projects and the village engineers familiarity with the town, and now therefore be it resolved, the town supervisor is hereby authorized to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Austin for engineering services for 2023 calendar year in accordance with the terms of the intermunicipal agreement. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Couple more. Resolution, agreement with the Village of Briarcliff and Briarcliff Manor Union Free School District. Be it resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute an agreement with the Village of Briarcliff and the Briarcliff Manor Union Free District related to a payment of 2022 to 2023 school district real property taxes for the property located at 1050 Pleasantville Road that was purchased by the Village of Austin on May 31st. I mean, excuse me, I apologize. That was, let me say, for 1050 Pleasantville Road that was purchased by the Village of Briarcliff on May 31st, 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution authorizing the use of the Ryder Park Pavilion, whereas punishers?
Yeah.
Okay. LEMC Westchester, the applicant, as an organization, is active and retired law enforcement officers and like-minded individuals who endeavor to provide service to others in support of law enforcement. And whereas, as part of the initiatives, the applicant holds an annual motorcycle ride called the Ride for the Fallen, which is very sad, which features a multi-municipality police escort. And whereas the applicant is requesting the use of Ryder Park Pavilion to hold the event at the end of the Ride for the Fallen on Saturday, July 15th, 2023, which event will include amplified music and serving of alcohol from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. only. And therefore be it resolved that the town board authorizes the applicant's exclusive use of Ryder Park Pavilion on Saturday, July 15th, 2023, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., subject to the following conditions and limitations. The applicant shall solely be responsible for any and all permits and fees, including those of the town associated with the event. Alcohol shall only be served and amplified music shall only be played from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. The applicant shall use best reasonable efforts to ensure motorcycles are not idled and their engines revved at any point when within the town of Austin. The applicant shall use best reasonable efforts to ensure motorcycles are only parked in areas legal and designated for parking, and specifically not on any grassy areas or any streets or right-of-ways. The applicant must coordinate with the town's recreation superintendent to ensure compliance with Chapter 166, special events, parades, and public gatherings of the town code. If the applicant intends to install a tent or any other temporary structure, the applicant shall coordinate with the building inspector and obtain any necessary permits and approval. And the applicant must provide proof of insurance and proof of naming the town of Austin as an additionally insured in the manner in which is the insurance limits satisfactory to the town's council and insurance agent. And further, be it further resolved that the supervisor and any other applicable officer, employee, or agent hereby authorized to execute any documentation reasonably necessary to facilitate the objectives of this resolution. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All it's in favor.
Aye.
Wow.
Opposed? Abstain, okay.
Abstain? Did you abstain?
I-
No,
I
you're
said
fine.
aye.
You're fine. Okay. Engagement letters. PKF O'Connor Davis, resolved that the town board of the town of Austin authorizes the supervisor to sign an engagement letter for PKF O'Connor Davies for auditing services. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Proposal, Gatsby, GASB, Gatsby 7475 Actuarial Validation Services. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin accepts the proposal for USI Consulting Group, Glastonbury, Connecticut, dated January 2023 for Gatsby 7475 Actuarial Validation Services for fiscal year 2023 and 2024 in the amount of $5,700. And be it further resolved that any additional projects, including estimates and of the efforts of plan changes, will be billed at an hourly rate of $385. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Calling for a public hearing in the matter of the local law to amend chapter 180 of the town code that allows medical costs to be excluded from income of persons with disabilities and limited income. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on Tuesday, February 28th, 2023 at 7:30 PM in the first floor boardroom of the Austin Municipal Building, 16 Croton Avenue, Austin, New York, 10562, and via Zoom video conferencing, which information will be available at the www.townofAustin.com, in which a local law to amend chapter 180 of the town code to allow medical costs to be excluded from income for persons with disability and limited income. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna fall on my sword on resolution Q. I forgot that we had already noticed it for tonight, so I drafted another one, so it's unnecessary.
So we will be passing that. Correspondence and received and filed, resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby accepts the following correspondence. Town Planning Board minutes approved 10/19/22. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly reports. Resolved the town board of the town of Austin hereby accepts the following monthly reports for January 2023. The Highway Department, the Town Building Department, the Town Clerk, the Supervisor, the Dale Cemetery, and the Tax Office. Do I have a motion? Is
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
there any visitor no, I can't even speak. Recognition. Is there anyone here to speak on, have visitor recognition? Is there anybody there? And do I have a motion to adjourn into executive session for
Personnel and advice of counsel.
personnel and advice of counsel?
So moved.
Second.
All right, a reminder that,
All those,
yeah,
oh.
a reminder that our town offices will be closed this Monday in observance of President's Day. And that the work session originally scheduled for February 21st has been canceled because the town board will be attending the training and information sessions at the Association of Towns meetings in Manhattan. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yep.